to start as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and really affordable, because we were talking about Money Saving Mondays. Well, part of it is it's really affordable family recreation. You can buy a packet of seeds, one packet of seeds of carrot seeds. There's 1,000 seeds in it, and you can share it with other families.
Right.
And for a few bucks, you've been able to grow a whole bunch of carrots for a variety of families.
Yeah, and the beauty is too is there's less waste as well, because you pick what you need as you go.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go through some tools here for people to get started, and this is off this website here, which is the Horticultural Society. So tell us a little bit about this tool.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways to go at it. If you're interested in social gardening or gardening with people and community gardening, you can find a garden that's near you through one tool, but you can also think, well, let's get together with our neighbors. We don't have a garden near us, so let's start a garden. So we put a step-by-step manual on our website, calhort.org, to help people from the very beginning, when it's just a gleam in your eye,
right,
all the way through to completion of a garden, and how to sustain your garden team, how to maintain the garden's health and the garden's culture.
Okay, how to get a site as well as on here, designing your garden,
right,
and maintaining. Also, if you're starting to think about building a team, this is the time to start those conversations.
Yeah.
Here's another tool, and that is Find a Garden. What is this one all about?
Well, this one's about, if you're wondering, there are private gardens and public community gardens, and public community gardens are open to everybody. Private community gardens are open to people, but you need to join a group. You need to join a club or a church or a nonprofit organization. And what this does is it's a search tool where you can look in the quadrant of the city of where you want to garden and choose that quadrant, and then press the search button, and then all the gardens in that quadrant will come up. Then you click on the name of the garden and you'll get a profile of the garden.
Okay, great. So if you don't have that outdoor space to dedicate to your own garden, you can do it that way. What are some crops for first-time gardeners? Because I think Alberta is a tricky climate, is it not?
Absolutely. Well, it is, because we're so far above sea level. It's very different from Edmonton, which is not a mile above sea level.
Right.
So here we have altitude to deal with. We have a lot of cool evenings when tomatoes just stop growing, whereas in Ontario and BC, they keep growing all night.
Right.
So the best things to start with when you're a first-time gardener are things that you're going to have success with. So I always say, make sure that chive plant is in your plot.
Yes.
Make sure that you grow a lot of things from seed that are cool crops, like kale, Swiss chard. I brought along some Swiss chard that's rainbow chard. It's called Bright Lights.
Oh,
it's
cool.
all different colors.
Okay, we'll have a look. We'll get a shot of this with our camera.
All your salad greens, your mesclun mixes, which are spicy or mild. All of your salad greens can be seeded every couple of weeks, and then you have fresh greens. So don't use the whole packet all at once.
Right. Okay. So you have to plan that out.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about cauliflower, of course. Is that something you can grow here at home?
Yes, it is. And there's some really interesting cauliflowers. There's cheddar cauliflowers, and there's a purple cauliflower. But I would say, if you're in your first year of growing, don't attempt that.
Right.
Because there are some really special care conditions that you really need to do for cauliflower here.
Okay. Now, are there seeds that you're planting around this time so that they start to grow in the spring? Does that happen?
Well, you can plant your spinach last fall,
right,
and garlic would have been planted last October, and it's going to be happy to be cold all winter and then shoot up in the spring. So right now, the things that people will be starting to plant are indoors. So some people will be starting tomatoes from seed indoors.
Right.
But right now, unless you're using a milk jug little greenhouse, which you could start planting cool crop seeds in, you're probably going to wait for a little while to put anything in the ground, because it's still frozen. It's not workable.
Okay, not so workable, but a great resource. And again, that website is?
calhort.org, CALHORT.org, Calgary Horticultural Society.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Gail. Great tips this morning. And if you're starting to think about gardening, it's a wonderful thing to have on the table and saves money too.
It's lots of fun. And you know, it's good to save money and have fun at the same time.
I agree. A great family activity as well. And